When you adapt the true light within yourself, you increase discernment. You learn a more discernment. That's why it's vital for you to do your own research and to be of the true light, with the true light Messiah. To see the examples of the holy men and women who have fought to show you guys the way out and how to ideally operate. Yeshua has shown this through his act of celibacy, through his act of goodwill. He operated on this earth without accruing debt, sinless and pure. Some false light teachings and workers seek for you to continue fueling the soul trapping agenda by using scriptures to validate their operation. It's misled, it's misconstrued. So it's up to you to show thyself approved and to read it for yourself. Revelations 21:9. They try to use that as an excuse as to people to enforce reenacting that original sin. Keep feeding into the soul trap by saying that Christ has a wife in Revelation. That was referring to Jerusalem. So I'm going to read just the first part. Revelation 21:9. And there came unto me one of the seven angels which had the seven vials full of the seven last plagues, and talked with me, saying, Come hither, and I will show thee the bride, the Lamb's wife. And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from God, having the glory of God, and her light was like unto a stone, most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. On the east 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, on the south 3 gates, and on the west 3 gates. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. And he that talked with me had a golden need to measure the city, and the gates thereof, and the wall thereof. And the city lieth fourscore, and the length is as large as the breadth. And he measured the city with the reed 12,000 furlongs. The length and the breadth, and the height of it are equal. I can go on and on, but basically it's like describing a building. It's not describing an actual person. But if they're trying to use it as a metaphor, building or a woman, but you use metaphors when you're describing some of significant value to yourself. Like some people call their cars her, she. But do you think they're talking about actual woman, a fleshly being, a sinful flesh? No. And in this particular case, it's not. Some people try to use this out of context to keep beings feeling justified to reenacting the original sin. The Most High Christ, when they made the first humans, Adam and Eve, didn't intend for us to fall into the desire of the flesh. Because if it was so, we wouldn't be having this notion or discussion about original sin, nor about the tree of life or the tree of knowledge. The tree, they would have already been known about their flesh and of the spirit. We have the opportunity to revert back to our innocence, to be sinless and pure once again with Yeshua. with the holy men and women walking a path of righteousness. We have what it takes because they wouldn't have had the apostles. Christ wouldn't have had to fought so hard for us to learn of this, and it's time for us to stop hiding behind false light scriptures or anything involving the flesh just to justify it, and start walking with the true light so we can be permanently saved. I speculate that the Revelations, when they write it like that, is to ease our minds, our people's minds when it comes to the afterlife or death, where our spirits go. So it's an easing of my mind knowing that there's the true light and the kingdom, and there is a place that you can reside where it's of no sin, of no pain, or no struggling. Of no false light, sun, or moon. Because even said that towards the end, that Yeshua and the Most High radiate in the true light, that you wouldn't even need the false light. So that's why I always say the false light, don't go into the false light reincarnation trap, because you need to be self-sustaining with your own true light that you establish with Yeshua, so you won't fall back into the false light. So you won't fall back into the false light teachings or false light ways. So he has to do a new thing with us. That's why he wants us to become a new creature, so we can stay in permanent salvation this time around. Because Adam and Eve had the opportunity, but they was coerced. But because of Christ and Yeshua, he has fought for us to be cleansed of that bondage. And it's up to us to stay out of it, of the false light, with Yeshua and the Most High. I'm trying to show you where it says, okay, here's Revelation 21:23, and the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon, to shine in it. The glory of Yahuwah did God did lighten it, and the Lamb is the light thereof. So there's no need for even that, because the true light always resonates, illuminates. So all these examples or teachings is for you to rise, elevate, and upgrade to being a true light spirit with the true Messiah, with Yeshua. Do it on your own. I quoted it. Do your own research. It's best to learn from the Torah, Sefer. But if you learn from King James, that's okay as well. They're pretty close translations. We know these people, and it was written by man. We know about it, but that's why Christ also gives us discernment with the Christ consciousness. Use your discernment, read it, interpret it, discuss it if you have to with others or with someone you respect. But it's best for you to learn on your own, and the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, will show you the truth will guide you and clarify things, the information. That's why you have to walk in the example that Christ had led us with. That is to not give in to the original sin, to not procreate and bring others into sinful flesh, into sinful salvation, to keep us all in permanent salvation with Yeshua. The heavenly body, heavenly treasures, Yeshua, is still salvation. So, in the end, it's still up to it's up to that person to do you continue digesting false light, truth, or half truths, or do you embrace the true light? And it's advantageous for you to embrace the true light, the truth. So rise with Yeshua again. We will. The root problem has been conquered. We are victorious. Don't go into the false light. I've said it in my lyrics so much. Almost all my songs has been very heavily focused, drenched with Yeshua, of permanent salvation. But I can go on. This has gone too long already. But yeah, rise with the true light.